Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. If you have not watched part one, you can go to Zareth's channel and watch it, and like, and leave a comment and subscribe, etc. All of the things, and then get all of the
That's
news.
it's one option.
Well, there's multiple options because there's all of the things.
All yeah, you're being really specific and communicative. Good job.
Thank you.
Yay.
And then you can come back here for other different things.
More different things.
Correct.
Great.
Correct. Um,
Wonderful. Great.
Yeah. So we covered the new characters already. Well, we didn't like go over their kits or anything, but we just kind of generally talked about them. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
It's not much of a spoiler.
It's not. Um, and then we'll just do some viewer questions over here and a pack review. I'm so excited for the pack review, by the way.
Nice.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And a character review and a roster roast with a 300 game.
Oh, you always look forward to that game.
I do. I like that game. By the way, auto with Supreme Leader Kylo worked.
I told you.
No, you said I couldn't auto it.
I did not say that. I, if I ever say that you can't auto it, it's because I know you're going to, and I'm manipulating you.
No, I don't believe that. Anyway, viewer questions.
Yeah, let's talk about viewer questions.
Okay,
Let's auto some viewer questions.
so we have a couple. The first one is about kind of about territory war, which I don't know if we're the right people for, but let's try it.
Okay,
Yeah, I know, I know.
give it the old college try.
So Prayasita was asking, well, wondering how we would mod Fulcrum to be useful in both GAC and Territory War. So in GAC, obviously under a Seer Omicron lead, and then in Territory War, having her Omicron and Baby Cal's Omicron. And they're basically saying that they have noticed. Well, this is actually a thing. Like Seer wants a slow team. You don't want to be too fast with it. But in Territory War, they've noticed that Fulcrum does better when she's faster. Um, and that they are running pretty much the same squad in both modes. They're doing Seer, Fulcrum, Baby Cal, Jedi Training Ray, and Scavenger Ray as the squad.
Whoa,
Um, if that makes difference at all. Um,
Scavry is pretty interesting there. Let's continue.
Yeah. So basically, they've noticed that now that they've slowed her down to fit with Sears Omicron for GAC, they're feeling like she's not, you know, performing as well, so to speak, in Territory War. Um, so I don't have her Omicron. I don't have Fulcrum's Omicron. I don't think I'm going to get it. I haven't noticed a need for it yet in our guild.
I typically praise CG for their cool kits and their abilities and every like it's all very flavorful. They do a good job. And I think this is the laziest thing they've ever done for kit design. They Fulcrum's is great. It's
Hmm.
cool. It does some cool stuff. And then you add Cal's, and it's an Omicron that only works on a different if you have a different character, and if
Right.
you have their Omicron, and then it's just then you have to spend 40 Omicrons for one ability.
Right.
And I hate that exists. I hope they never do that again.
It is a weird thing because it just basically means you can have her on a full team or you can use her solo. So they're giving you options, I guess, but it seems weird. Um, so as somebody who doesn't really like territory war and doesn't intend to get her Omicron, um, my in instinct with this, having looked at it again, just to refresh my memory on what it did, it does sound like I would want her to be fast in territory war. I would want to be able to use her little whirlwind snipey ability like consume all of those buffs that she has so that you can go and kill somebody. Um, and I would want her to be fast, which makes me feel like I would just want to have, and I doubt this is the answer somebody's gonna want, but it makes me feel like I would just want to have two mod sets then. Like I would want one for Grand Arena and one for Territory War, which sucks because I know a lot of people don't want to do that. Um, so I don't know. Is this and this is Sears Omicron you're looking at?
Oh yeah, yep. You
Um,
caught me. I'm
I
looking at what
did.
she does because her Omicron doesn't apply in territory wars, just GAC.
Right. So, well, and it's the same thing like Fulcrum and baby cows don't apply in GAC, just
Right.
territory war. So either way, you're only using it properly. I shouldn't say properly, but you know,
Proper.
in
Sure.
one game mode.
I guess to me, it's a little. I like to see Fulcrum with Ray. I think that's
Mm,
the thing that's to me that's a little more interesting. But like Seer has her cool Omicron, and when she doesn't have it, life gets significantly easier for you. Her leadership is just not as crazy overpowered, especially with Fulcrum. And
mhm.
even though Fulcrum becomes kind of overpowered, I guess I would just say, and I don't really know. I don't have the cron, and I certainly don't remod for it. I
Mhm.
guess to me the key is still going to be to how does Fulcrum hit? Like, does she hit really hard? Does she like to me? She's going to want a lot of offense regardless. So I don't necessarily have her slow anyways. I think
Mhm.
a lot of people have been trying to make their Seer team as slow as they possibly can, and I think that is a little bit. I don't know, detrimental in general. Like, I don't think in GAC people should be making their team crazy slow. I think you shouldn't be going overboard on the extra speed.
Right.
But I think that going out of your way to make all five of the characters you're using super slow can be a little bit detrimental to what you're trying to do, especially if you're potentially going to use some of those characters on other teams for flexibility's
Mhm.
sake. Then, I mean, it's like Jedi Luke. You want to make his leadership wants him to be super slow in theory, but
Right.
then if you ever use him with a different Jedi Master Luke is like, dude, why are you so freaking slow, dude? Like, what?
He's like,
Get
take a turn.
Yeah, like get off your ass. Right? Let's actually make something happen. And so to me, I just wouldn't. I don't think I would want to change my mods. It probably is wise to change your mods, maybe a little extra speed, but I would be looking at it. I mean, is the Seer comp go? You're saying that you're not having as good of results with the Seer comp. Do you
Mhm.
think it might just be that you're facing really tough things in territory wars because there's 8 galactic legends out there right now?
Well, so my other thought with this as well is I would be more inclined to focus on GAC here and the modding for it to make the wins in GAC cleaner because that's where you're getting like your banners dinged for, how much protection have you lost and like who's lost protection, who's lost health, like all that kind of stuff. Whereas in territory war, it doesn't really matter if all of your guys are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And if they're all there, you're still getting full banners. So even if it feels a little bit dirtier and a little bit rougher in territory war, if you're still getting good results, like if you're still getting the 20, I would be inclined to just be okay with that.
Sure.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting thing hearing about a Seer team. Like obviously on offense because the they're noticing a difference, which
Hmm.
you don't notice anything when it's on defense.
That's true.
I mean, you could just do that and then just blame Sarah for your fails, like for the one shots that people have on you.
Or don't.
I, I'm just giving options.
Rude. Rude. Um,
We're not much help because I don't honestly I just haven't really paid a lot of attention to our Omicron. It's just spending 40 Omicrons
mhm,
to be able to use one ability in a game mode that I am extremely bored by is just a very challenging prospect for me. I'm not. I'll listen to other people's advice. I'll listen about how the kit works, how things interact, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to put a huge amount of thought into remodding for that.
right. Which is
So
fair. I mean, the other thing on her Omicron and Territory War is she's also gaining turn meter. So she's gonna have a little bit of a speed. It's an artificial speed gain, but she's gaining her turn meter and it'll be like she's a little bit faster that way.
yeah, good for her.
So I personally would just lean towards the GAC modding if you don't
Yeah,
want to have two different loadouts.
if she's not doing that well, maybe think about putting like Relic 9 on Scavray or something. That'll maybe boost the team. I'm
That's a
sorry.
terrible idea. Oh my gosh.
Hey, then hey, Ray's Millennium Falcon is that much stronger.
Oh boy. Okay. So next question.
We're not even in the roast. It's just
Oh,
not gonna
terrible.
end well.
So do Dath do. I think I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't.
People need to
Um,
have easier names for Sarah's sake.
yeah, like Jim. The Zeta event.
With a
So
G.
the Zeta event really helped with the Zeta crunch, but now they're back to an Omicron crunch with only two available. They want to apply them to Seer and Malicos. Oh man, trend with the Seer questions. But Seer is Relic 3, Malicos is only Gear 8. Should I apply the one to Seer's lead or wait to give Malicos all three once he's at Relics? I have Maul and Crew at Relics as well, but not Fulcrum yet. I gather Seer could put in some good work with Baby Cal and Crew in 3v3. I'm 8.1 million GP in Kyber 3 for reference.
Okay, I want to hear what your thoughts are.
I So two Omicrons total. If you're gonna use Seer no matter what, I would probably put her leadership one on now. Um, I don't know if I would put one on Malicos at Gear 8, to be honest. I would probably wait. Especially like are you gonna use datacrons with them as well? Is that an option too? Because if that's a thing, and you're putting an Omicron on Malicos, but then you're not going to be able to use Datacron with him. I don't know. It doesn't make more sense to use Datacron with the team versus a Gear 8 Malicos with an Omicron.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all kind of the I don't know what the this person's the do death do. Uh, your pronunciation. It, I don't know what their gearing priority is.
Right. Yeah,
Also,
that's a good point too.
like is Malikos next? Because you can typically if he's gonna be focused. I know it feels like a lot of Kyrotech, but you can move him up to relics. I mean, you can probably have him ready sometime in next 5v5 at this point. Honestly, I think.
Mhm.
And in that case, you could just throw some on Malikos. So here's a grumpy thing to take notice of that you probably never noticed. Some Omicrons require Omegas.
I have not noticed that.
It's filthy that you don't realize that. But yeah, it's sometimes my little account has a Gear 8 Malikos, in fact, and
Mhm.
I decided to go and get Ray modded up or geared up first, and
Mhm.
it's killing me because I have three Omicrons I could throw on Malikos, but I think so first off, Malikos has no use at Gear 8. That don't put Omicrons on him unless you're for sure going to be gearing him and using him kind of soon. Because otherwise they're uh,
Wasted.
just wasted. I mean, it's not wasted if you're going to gear him up pretty soon, but
True.
he doesn't belong on like your Kyber 3. He doesn't belong on a team unless he has like Gear 12 at least, in my opinion, and probably more. Like you want him to be not just Relic 1, you want him to be Relic 8. You want him to hit crazy hard because he's assisting a ton. He's doing AoEs that rend the earth. And just, he does a lot of cool stuff, but it's because he has a high offense and he survives a little bit.
Hmm.
That being said, Seer and her Omicron, I think it goes, even if you have a Malicos at Relic 8, Seer's at Relic 8, everyone's read. The Omicron order is going to be something like Malicos, Malicos, Seer, Malicos,
Okay.
in my opinion. Maybe Seer, Malicos, 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 potentially. But I think that it's almost a three-way tie.
Hmm.
So, and you absolutely are going to mess with people if you put Seer with Cal and crew, or like, you're going to time people out. People don't realize how crazy resilient that team is. And her Omicron is magic. Honestly, it's really good. So
Hmm.
I would go with her first.
So do her, and then give Malikos his once he's at Relics.
I think so. Does that make sense to you?
I think so.
Yeah, Malikos is really cool.
Because like I will
He's
even say
awesome.
like I have a relic. I think he's relic 8. If he's not relic 8, he's relic 7, Malikos. And I used him in territory battles just for fun, and I'm pretty sure I used him in territory once just for fun as well. And he is it's a night and day difference when his Omicrons are not there.
Yeah, yeah.
Even at relics. So gear 8's not going to do anything.
It makes me so sad. Like that. That makes me so sad. Because he is a wonderful character. He
Hmm.
really is in GAC. And then I hope they give him a lifter unit or something like Juhani for Star Killer.
Right. Yeah.
Just something for Malika, because he's good in one game mode. I recently did like a top 20 characters in the game, and people wondered why I didn't say Malikos, and it's because he's amazing. If it's just GAC, I'll give him top 20 for
Right.
sure.
But for the
And
whole game,
yeah, there's just, what's he gonna do? He, like, do you even consider using him in Conquest, for instance?
never.
Yeah, I have him Relic 8, so sometimes I'll throw him into a territory battle fight or something, but
Hmm.
well, yeah, what
And
do
he
I
does
expect from
nothing.
him? Not, yeah, like he throws some rocks and dies.
Right.
So not always in that order. So
Poor guy. Uh, I will say that Seer crew baby cow team, I totally agree with you, is nasty.
yeah, they're so resilient.
Yeah.
It is, it's it's awesome. Honestly, you also in GAC you can also just take one of those out and put Fulcrum in there, and that's also cool.
Hmm.
She doesn't need
Yeah.
her Omicron there because it's GAC.
Fantastic. Okay, so those are the viewer questions for this week. So do you want to go look at the pack?
Oh yeah, we're using my game this time,
I
guys.
know. This is so weird. I feel like
It's
a little bit
strange.
sad.
I know. Look, what are all these Relic Nines doing here?
I
This is
know.
crazy.
Sad.
It just,
Because Discord sucks.
Sarah, listen,
It's true.
you need to get over it.
I'm not gonna get over it.
Look, all right, we're in the game. Whoa.
We're looking at American pricing too.
People are
Ah.
going to flock from miles around to see.
So you only see one of these Lightspeed bundles.
I do. So yeah, this is on my main account,
Hmm.
and the one thing I don't have is Farm Boy Luke at Relic 3. He's gear
Right.
12.
Same on my account. So everything else I have. Um, this is a really good pack though for $10.
Well, I mean, so I put out a video recently that just said, does it make sense for your roster to get this?
Mhm.
Because I think it's, honestly, if you could just pay $10 to get just one character
Mhm.
all the way to Relic 3, it's probably worth it if that character is going to get used. I'm not going to do it
Right.
because Farm Boy Luke, and at this point, I could get him to Gear 12 or Gear 13 right away if I wanted to. I have no like reason for it, I guess, right now. And
Hmm.
I like to have some low gear characters that die instantly, so I can have burner squads.
Oh yeah, that's a strategy.
If you care about, yeah,
That's a thing.
you're learning all kinds of things about omegas and burners. Yeah, it's good. Uh,
Um, yeah, but if you're gonna use these characters, which you should be using them because they are right, and you also get the ships. I forgot about this. You get the ships to 7 star.
yeah, this is for $10, man. Like this is the kind of pack that it tempts me to start a new account,
Hmm.
kind of, because this is what this is not a lot of really great characters. Honestly, none of them are amazing.
Right.
None of them are transcendent. But what you do get here is a whole bunch. So you get Phoenix, except for Captain Rex. You have to farm him the slow way.
Hmm.
Still, that's
Hmm.
fine. He's a newer character. And then you get a ton of requirements for Galactic Legends.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I pointed Pico and I were talking about this on our last H&N, and I was like, there are several characters here that are required for Jedi Master Luke.
Oh yeah, this is in a way. I mean, I've called it this too. Is this
Uh,
is the Jedi Master Luke bundle?
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact,
totally.
I mean,
Um,
obviously not officially, but amazing.
yeah. Yeah. And uh, and I mean, yes, they're marketing it so that you can get Palpatine and you can get Thrawn. Um,
Mm-hmm. You could get them anyways.
you
That
could
was
get
easy.
yeah, you can get them anyways. It'll be fine. It's you get characters for Jedi Master Luke. You have, I
You
mean,
also get Grandmaster Yoda here
I
almost
was
too.
just gonna say that.
Yes, interruptions for
Oh
the win.
man, I was just gonna say you also get a couple of Jedi to start towards Grandmaster Yoda. So, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
I mean, I think it is if you're gonna spend money on the game.
Yes, yes. That is the big caveat with these Lightspeed bundles is if you are planning to spend money.
It's a very interesting thing to see this kind of pack come out. I mean, I meant to, and I fell asleep last night. I was tired, but I meant to remod my Phoenix on my alt
Hmm.
before, because honestly, I put out a faction essentials video about these guys about the Phoenix, and man, they're pretty good, man. They're really good, and they're required for a lot of stuff. I think the other thing though that some people might be missing is you also get a little bit of raid functionality here,
Yeah, you do.
and you get a
Hera and Akbar are solid in the raid.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. They do just fine.
Hmm.
Wedge and Lando exist,
Right.
but I mean at Relic 3 they're gonna get you a lot more points, I guess,
Hmm.
than you expect. Just or than you would have otherwise expected, and then the other thing is you also get Sabine,
Hmm.
who's the light side Mando team. I doubt she's going to be on that light side Mando team, frankly, but
But she's
uh,
there.
she's potentially there. Yeah, and all these other characters are real. Yeah, I mean, this the Lightspeed bundles are just amazing, frankly, and I'm really glad that new players have access to them to kind of
Hmm.
catch them up. And it just sucks because what order of Zeta do you put on these guys?
I know. I'm wondering this, like if when you bought the hyperdrive bundle, um it unlocked a secondary pack that was like a Zeta
It's
hyperdrive.
horrible.
It was
It's
it was a
terrible,
terrible,
man.
terrible, terrible deal. But I'm curious if you bought these Lightspeed bundles, if CG offered a Lightspeed Zeta bundle afterwards, if that would be worthwhile to people.
Their Zetas for money is always pretty garbage, in my opinion.
Okay, that's fair. I was just curious because
But maybe.
I mean, look at Professor X. You've got all of these Galactic Legends and characters that
Hmm.
you're unlocking, and the Zeta crunch is. I
Severe.
I actually forgot to tell you this. I told Pico this, and I forgot to tell you because it happened on the Professor X account.
Uh-oh.
I got like
You're
a
making me
little bit
nervous.
no, I got a little bit baffled at one point in Conquest because I went in, I had Voluntary Vanguard equipped, wasn't really thinking about anything. Like I just keep it equipped on Professor X in
Mm-hmm.
general, especially for the last Conquest series. Anyway, I went in, I was using a Supreme Leader Kylo team, and I was like, why is he marked? Like he's immune to taunt effects. This doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, we don't have the Zeta on him.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
Voluntary Vanguard was working on Supreme Leader Kylo. And it was actually very funny, but it took me a second to like
Mm-hmm.
put the two together. And it's just
Yeah.
that Zeta crunch.
I'll tell you what, this experience has gotten me way better versed in what the different Zetas do
Mm-hmm.
on those Galactic Legends. Because before, I mean, I'm just guilty of, I'll just apply all of them no matter what right away.
Right.
But there are actually some times that it's kind of helpful to have Supreme Leader Kylo be able to take taunts.
I mean, I didn't necessarily need it, but it didn't hurt me then and there. I thought it was very funny.
It's gonna, that's funny that you said, yeah, that's like the last one I'll apply, probably. Well, the basic I'll probably wait,
I was
but yeah.
just I was like, what is happening? And then it registered. Anyway, so I was just curious though if like they did offer a mini Zeta Lightspeed thing that you could only buy if you bought the Lightspeed bundle.
If it was a good deal, sure.
I was just curious, but
Hmm. I mean, it might be worth it for people to buy that pack regardless, then,
um
even if they have all the characters.
yeah, well
Even though they
that
can't, it's not
that's
available.
I was gonna say that's the thing is that it wouldn't show up. So I will say though, we've had the Lightspeed bundles come out a couple of times now, and I've bought them twice. So I bought the BAM
Oh.
one and I bought the
Mm-hmm.
Radis one last time.
I was so happy that you got the BAM one.
I was so excited because we got our territory war orders out for our defensive team, and I was like, oh, I finally have like a good dash team, and like IG and Quill are there, and I got so excited, and then I was even more excited because I have the IG Datacron. I was like, yes, and then I remembered that we're gonna lose territory war, so it doesn't matter.
Hmm. I actually just used Hotbot this time to because I don't have any of the datacrons loaded on those
Mhm.
teams, but so I always have to do it manually. But this time I was like, well, we'll lose, so I'm just gonna deploy without datacrons. Ah,
Oh
irresponsible.
man. Um,
It's
yeah,
great.
so I bought that one.
Good. Yeah, that one that one is absolutely underrated. Wonderful. IG and Queel. People don't realize how much of an impact they can make on our roster. They're really
Right.
strong.
So Lightspeed bundles are a yay if you're planning to spend.
Are what?
A yay. Yay.
IA?
A yay. Like yay, a yay or a nay.
As
Okay.
opposed to like yay in the plural, like yays.
Sure.
It's just one yay.
Just one.
Like, yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you want to look at a character now?
Who are we supposed to look at?
Bam. Because we haven't
All right.
actually apparently we haven't looked at him.
I guess not. He's with Grogu too. Grogu's in the game a
Mhm.
lot, actually.
He is, which
He
is
he sells.
he does.
I'm gonna make him dizzy. Okay.
Man, watching you do that, feel bad that I do it now because that is annoying. Um,
Stop.
I'm sorry. So I
I never
thought
liked you.
I thought Bambo would be fun to look at since we are gonna get Bo probably on Thursday. Um, and this would be a fun thing to do because we've also already looked at Armorer, we've already looked at original Bo, we've already looked at Sabine. Um, so we've looked at a lot of light side Mandos. And I figured Bam. Apparently we haven't looked at him. So, want to talk about Bam?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Um, so I mean, there's tons. He's got his jumping in to take a turn when the characters fall. It's scoundrels fall below. Is it half health? What's the threshold?
75%, I believe.
Um, and he can give them well, he
Oh,
can not necessarily them, but he can give out damage immunity in that case. Fall below 75, yeah. The first time.
right. But yeah, he takes a lot of bonus turns
Yeah,
over the course of a game, of a match, of a fight. Yep.
because he's jumping in. Um, you've got his whistling birds.
Birds that whistle.
Yeah, which is tons of fun if you choose to use them. I mean, because I use them so much with my bounty hunters with Fennec, I tend to not use his whistling birds because he's really just there to jump in and do his I'm here to give you damage immunity.
I'm here to save you.
Right. Which he won't do if you do put him in the whistling birds stance.
Yeah, you'll just ruin his getting more whistling birds.
Right.
Yeah, on that team. I was so weirded out the other day. Actually, I used my BAM team to kill a Lord Vader squad in threes, and somehow BAM survived, and it was so weird.
So you had like all three survive, including Bam, or just Bam?
Yeah, all three. That's like a
Just to...
valid question. That would be a truly strange circumstance. Grief is like, yep, I'm out too. I'm done.
just wanted to clarify.
I,
Uh,
I typically hang out in stealth, but I'm not gonna this fight this time. No, he never lives. He never lives through the
mm-mm.
fight. Even if it's a convincing win, he finds a way to die
That's true.
horrifically. And honestly, if I modded him a little differently, if I modded him really slowly,
Hmm.
for it to be really slow, then he would stay in his damage immune for longer. Maybe he wouldn't just get sucker punched every time, but I like him on other teams too, and he wants to be fast for those.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never really thought about remodding him to be deliberately slow.
Well, you can also mod him to be deliberately slow and deliberately really tanky,
Hmm.
so that he just doesn't melt as quickly. But meh,
Eh.
meh.
Um, I don't. I mean, I use his leader. I pretty much only use his leader in Conquest, to be honest.
His leadership sucks, man. I mean, this is a Zeta I don't do on my little account.
Hmm.
I mean, whenever an enemy takes damage, Scoundrel allies gain 2%. I mean, it's cool enough, I guess. Like,
It's only good
you
in.
get some
I
turn
mean,
meter.
I shouldn't say it's only good, but it's good in Conquest for the the VA AA cheese.
Cool. Lots of letters there.
It is a lot of letters.
I wish there was a Z in there, to be honest. But no, I mean, I guess the nice thing is when you do the whistling birds, if you can get 20 of them, then the whole team
Right.
gets 40% turn meter. I mean, that's nice if you can pull it off.
And you're getting to 20 based off how much is it how much damage you do to the no, it's how many people you hit.
How many instances of damage trigger on the opponent?
That's a better way of phrasing it.
Well, because dots will trigger it. For instance,
Oh.
if you're on a team like with Canderous, for instance, who does a lot of damage over time, and
Mhm.
then your opponents go, you do whistling birds, then your opponents go, and they have 5 dots on them. That's 5 whistling birds for you.
Ah, I did not realize that dots triggered it too. I guess I haven't paid enough attention to it.
Well, it's the reason. I mean, it's a great question, in fact, because that's the reason why Han and Chewie go so well with him. Because if you can time it so that you do whistling birds, like you go
Hmm.
into your poop stance. That's what you call it. As you
Right.
do, he goes into poop stance. He's ready, and then Han can go. He does his big hit,
Hmm.
and Chewie assists, and that on its own is 3 instance of damage right there. This is in 3v3. This is one of the few times he can get to full whistling birds, but it's because Chewie does a normal hit, a physical hit, and then he does percent health damage on the side of it that people don't notice. So Han goes, does his big hit. Chewie assists, does two more hits. Then Han does two more shots, and Chewie assists, and that's another five or whatever.
Right.
Four or five.
Four.
Anyways. It's a bunch of. It's a whole lot of damage,
It's a bunch
and
of numbers.
yeah. Well, and also I'm trying to remember now when he goes into poop stance. I think because it's threes,
Hmm.
the first shot by Chewie is going to give him two as well.
Oh, okay.
Because Chewie assists because he has guard on Bam.
Right. 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 Yep. Because that counts as him doing a move.
Right, and so yeah, you can end up really racking up some good damage with them. Well, actually, what you want to do is you have Han do that, and then Chewie goes and he does his AOE,
Hmm.
and that does 3 instances of damage plus another three because of its percent health damage. So he does another six. It's you might not be able to get to full 20 unless you have some other debuffs on him or something, but it's not a bad setup really.
I like it. It's fun.
It's just
Um,
good to think about, I
yeah.
suppose.
Anything else on him that you feel is worth mentioning?
I think my favorite part of him is that he uses his knife to kill people sometimes.
Hmm.
You don't really think of it, but every time I'm on stream and kill a character with his knife, I tell him knife job.
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't, don't judge me.
I'm not judging at all.
You're
Um,
jealous then. Good.
I'm so jealous.
Good.
Let's uh let's roast a roster then.
All right. I'm trying to look at my.
At your modding on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the cross could be a little better, but he's okay. You just the trick to with him is you want the offense
Yeah.
arrow, but that you want offense set as much as you want to do as much damage as you can, but you also want to keep him kind of fast. And anyways, so there's a lot of people modded like that. All right, let's go roast a roster.
All right.
Whoa, we're in the roast, I guess.
Madness. Ugh, that feels weird to say.
Yeah, you used a word that I use, and it feels weird to say.
Yeah, I'm used to hearing it,
It
not
felt
saying
weird
it.
when felt weird when I said Zed earlier.
I noticed that you did that, by the way. That was weird. Um,
It got weird,
it-
for sure. Yeah, so
we're facing
I'm not used to doing this on my end here.
that's
Bear
true. Burl?
Barexo Barexo. Hmm.
Oh, I mean maybe. I always read it. Maybe is it Bear IXO or is it Burl XO?
Burlgzo.
I
It's
I don't
like
know.
casting your burls before swine. Is what it is.
Oh boy. So, what's the GP? You're in control here. This is weird.
Yeah. It got weird, as we talked about, as we previously have established. 9.4, you got us another big Ross. Okay.
This isn't even that
That's what she said.
big. There was bigger, and I said no.
Also, as she said.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just
Okay, I'll pretend like I'm you. Okay, should we look at ships first?
rude. So rude. Okay, flip it around so we can look at the capital ships. Come on. Oh, yikes.
All right.
Oh man, I did not see this.
You just saw the how much speed everyone had.
I did not look at it. So, okay, so we have 9 capital ships.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leviathan and Radis. Is that right?
No, the Radis is here at
Oh.
5 stars. They don't have
Oh.
finalizer.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm just sorry. I'm staring at the 5-star malevolence.
Hmm. 5-star Malevolence, 5-star Radis,
Goddess.
4-star Executor.
Is Profundity 7 stars? Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. 6-star Sith Fighter. Yikes, TIE Reaper.
Oh,
Oof.
TIE Defender is looking pretty bad. Okay, so just basically mailing it out on fleets. That's expected, I suppose.
Those are some sad geos, but I guess 5-star Malevolence, so.
Right. I mean, he only has 9.4 million GP. He couldn't possibly put a couple gear levels on really vital ships or anything.
Man.
Relic 1 on Skywalker there.
Ah.
At least his pilotless
There's
ships
a
are
Gear 12
something.
Rex. Why is Rex Gear 12?
Some people are bad at this game, Sarah. Look at their Marauder.
I know.
Level 1,
Level
even
1.
though clearly has tech. Yeah, look
Oof.
at this. All these pilots are great. Marauder is amazing.
Marauder is a good ship. I'm annoyed I don't have mine 7 stars yet.
I am very embarrassed for this. The Marauder is actually in a usable state at 4 stars, especially if you have
The bad
the,
bad
the
badge.
yeah, the batch that are bad.
The bad, yeah. Oh man.
That to me that's egregious. Like that's just being misinformed. These guys are Marauder's amazing. Are you sure this guy still plays the game?
Yeah.
Burl? Listen up, Burl. We need more from you. We need more from me, because I keep clicking on
I know.
TIE
I'm like,
fighters.
why do you keep going into the TIE fighter? I had a Gear 12 fives. Yikes.
It's just not that convincing of me when I keep clicking on them. Yeah, Gear 12 fives. That's uh, way to live your life, bud. Let's see if they bought the new packs. Oh, look at that. Relic 3.
You'll know if you look at Farm Boy.
We'll look later.
All right.
Oh, hey, look at that. Something that makes, well, almost some sense. Relic 7 on her is really sad, though. you,
Oh man.
you put the relics on the wrong character.
Man.
Is it okay? No.
Uh,
No, not in the slightest. Let's see if they...
if they Datacron. Uh,
What's with all the level 2s? Look.
is
A
that
lot
like
of...
the Mark? You don't want to spend the Mark twos?
I don't really get this. Like this is you only it costs very little to get to level 3, and the level 3 on this set is amazing. The buffs on basic,
Mm-hmm.
an amazing set for that. If you don't want to try to go for level 6s, level 9s, I mean whatever. I just level 2 versus level 3. It's not great. Okay, and then all right. Oh,
All right.
stop being judgy here. So,
Okay. So
uh,
has Leia.
okay, this is where all his GP went, is to Galactic Legends.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Do the thing.
I mean, you've seen this before, so you tell me. Where,
I legitimately haven't. Um.
for the last 10 minutes or so.
Stop. Ah.
Okay, so for those of you who have made it this far and you haven't seen one of these shows before, congratulations. And we are trying to find the character
Right.
who is 300 speed. Like, where's the line? Where does 300 speed end?
Do you want Trip Zero to be fast?
A little bit, yeah. Do you
Okay.
want Sana Staros to be fast? I mean, she's naturally a little bit fast, but
Okay. This is
oh, they have Jedi Knight Cal. and an Omicron.
Mm-hmm.
So they need their crutch. Makes sense.
Which Omicron is it?
I don't care. It's a territory battle one.
I'm just curious.
You really want me to expect me to look at it?
No, you don't have to look at it.
For you, I'll look at it.
The you
I don't know.
Whirlwind Slam looks like. Yeah. Yep.
Is this the one that does the AoE armor shred? Excuse me. Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Excuse me. Holy cow. All right. I think I
Better.
paused. I think yeah. I think I'll be okay potentially. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to guess first or do you want me to guess first?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You know.
I
So
don't know. Can you scroll up a little bit? Um, okay, so where are Bosk and Grief?
don't ask.
Are they safe?
I doubt it with the speed with the speeds they don't have. No.
Uh, um,
They're safe on the bench.
I'm torn between Hermit Yoda and Padme. Actually, scroll down one more row, please. Paplu as well. Relic 8 Paplu. Yikes. I'm gonna say Padme.
See, this is so bizarre because it looks like they like Ewoks a whole lot more than they should. Relic 9 on Wicket.
Yeah.
Relic 8 on Peplu. Okay, so you've put the investment in. Relic 8 on Nisa with
Mhm.
the Omicron. All this
Mhm.
stuff. And if you've done all that, then what you need to realize is that having a fast Peplu means you don't have to have super fast other ones.
Hmm.
Because
So
of this
Paplu
kit.
should be the fastest.
Oh yeah, by a mile. He should be blinding speed. He should be crazy speed because he gets plus 25% bonus speed. People don't know about, and then plus 30 from Chirpa. He's one of the characters who could start at over 400 speed
That's
effectively.
disturbing.
And then he starts the turn meter train, and with Nisa there, you can go crazy. So the I mean, maybe I don't know much about her Omicron. Maybe her Omicron is the thing that makes her want to be fast. But it is very strange to see her faster than Seventh Sister. It's crazy. Okay,
Okay, so you
so
pick.
which one did you choose?
I pick Padme.
Padme. Gosh, I mean, I think Nisa has to be slower or faster than 300.
I mean,
It seems like this guy's made some really questionable roster choices, and that makes me think maybe he has decent mods
mm-hmm.
to kind of make up for it. Um, so I'm gonna. Why would you ever have Wicket be that fast ever? I'm just so confused. You said Padme.
Yeah.
I'll go with Jedi Revan.
All right. Reveal.
Padme is.
Oh,
That's pretty dirty. You,
yikes.
you win again.
Well, where's Jedi Knight Revan? I mean, I know he's not faster, but I'm just curious. Yikes, 290. Okay, so
This is
where's the
okay. I don't want to see how fast she is.
315? Yikes.
Someone,
Holy.
someone kill me. And that's without speed mods.
That is nuts. So what's Hermit Yoda? Because that's who I
What?
was torn between was Hermit Yoda and Padme.
Why don't you tell me?
Stop it.
303.
303.
Oh, surprise.
So Sana is theoretically it. 301. I feel
I
like
should have
that's fast.
taken your hint. You gave me the roadmap to
I
get there.
didn't give you a roadmap.
You're like between Hermit Yoda and Padme. Hermit Yoda and Padme. What could it be?
I swear I should just buy lottery tickets. Um,
It's really funny.
but like, where are Grief and Boss?
Oh yeah, look
Can we
at
just
Bounty
go
Hunters.
look? Oh, I see.
This is the way of pain, Sarah.
Yikes. I didn't know we were gonna see that.
Why
I
do you
guess
do
that's
this to me?
why. I guess that's why we didn't see him.
Hey, but no Zeta on Django. That's cool, man. And only one
Man.
Zeta on Bosk. That's cool. Also cool. Lots of cool stuff here. But Relic 8 on Scion of Django. Good decision making on that. Wonderful.
Yikes. What do you want to look at?
Nothing. I'm done already.
Man.
Let's just look at the blinding
Oh
blue
no.
Ewoks.
Oh my God. That is something else. Multiple Omicrons.
I can't see anymore. It's blind. Relic 9 on Wicket.
I I don't know, man. Excuse me. Okay.
One on Omi on Ben. I guess that might be okay. I only have one on my Ben on Professor X. Let's see.
Way down there.
Oh, here, look. Here's our favorite Fulcrum.
Welcome. No Omicron. So tons of, I guess, Grand Arena Omicrons.
Some only one on Star Killer, so that's
Mm-hmm.
not a good decision.
Uh, is it not a Malicos?
There's no Malicos.
Sad.
Yeah. Some may call it pathetic, but sad is also acceptable. Oh,
Sad works too. And no Robo Gideon.
no Dark Trooper either.
Yikes. Where's the rest of the troopers?
In hell.
Oh my God.
But at least you have Relic 9 Ewoks. That'll help. You know what?
Wow.
I don't want to bash Ewoks too much. Honestly, Ewoks are, if you put the investment in, they can be extremely rewarding, especially with Nisa here.
Range
They'll
Trooper's not even
counter some
far.
stuff. But yeah, this is
Range Trooper's still 6 stars.
this is egregious.
Can you sort like the whole roster by relic level? Is that one of their new things you can do?
Oh, you can do it by
Or gear
gear.
tier?
Gear tier doesn't really work. It just says if you're gear 13 or not.
Oh. That doesn't help me. I was just curious how many relic 9s he had.
Oh, you're curious about that? Interesting.
Well, why CLS relic 9?
Because he had dealings with the Ewoks at some point. Look at that. He's Relic 9. Jedi Knight Luke is Relic 9.
Is Farm Boy Luke relic 9?
I'm really glad I saw. I was about to lose my shit if I saw Jedi Master Luke at Relic 8 or
Oh
something.
man. Okay. I don't know what else to look at. Can you flip the roster? Because I got to see the bottom of this.
Oh,
Oh no. Poor Cam.
Sorry.
Yikes.
Not farmed.
Yikes.
What happened with Nebbit? He's like, hey, I'm gonna gear him now. Never mind. It was Squirrel.
Squirrel. Poor Jawas. Although
Poor Stark.
Stark. Oh man. Sith Assassin. Yeah.
Hey, at least Keller and Becca, the new character, has more gear than
Yeah.
anything good.
Then Stark.
Yeah, there's
Oh, look at
Zoran.
Vandor.
I hate this the most. I like it at least when you get to do it, because then I just don't have to, like, hate life.
Yikes.
Hey, look, he put a Zeta
Oh,
on Kuil.
look at
Woo.
Jolie
Wait, where?
down.
Okay. Have a good day, everyone.